Oh, good day, everybody. Today we have another round two match. We're starting round two in the winners bracket. This is Chexhuman versus DrunkFutureSelf. DrunkFutureSelf was awarded a bye randomly, and Chexhuman defeated Arborelia in the first round. I am joined by Obscure Lifeform. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad. Looking forward to this one. It should be a good one. I know they're both fantastic runners, so I've seen them both play. It should be a good race.
I have not actually seen DrunkFutureSelf play, but I know that he just learned No Logic, so I'm interested to see how far he's gone because he learned not too long ago, and people have been doing that this year and showing some really incredible performances in this tournament.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I think with the glitches, it kind of just brings a whole new element to the game, and I think people could really get on board with it. And it's a lot of fun as well to learn to glitch and find alternative ways to get around the world.
So yeah, you might be wondering, what is No Logic? No Logic is a mode where we randomize the items without any restrictions. The items can go anywhere they want. They can go into what you might think of as unbeatable locations, inaccessible locations, but because we have so many glitches available to us, it doesn't matter. We can still beat the game. Both of them starting out Sanctuary. This is rare. Also worth noting that we do Logic Seeds with Key Sanity. What that does is allows us to cross between dungeons without having to worry about picking up the wrong keys. Having the keys being decoupled from dungeons makes the routing a lot smoother in No Logic, so it's actually an easier setting than not having Key Sanity enabled.
Yeah, but then we've got those infamous double rods as well. So 2 fire rods, 2 ice rods out there, which just kind of make the seeds not become fire rod, ice rod hunts at the end every single time.
Yeah, and also prevents if the rods are on Trinix, which you've actually already seen this tournament. There's another rod out there you can still get. The rod for Trinix is one of the few hard requirements in the game, as well as the the Master Sword for Ganon and some kind of fire source. Other than that, the only thing the runners need is just enough tools to beat the game with glitches, or enough items to not need glitches.
Yeah, that's for sure. A lot of those like big keys, small keys will be using for more than one dungeon, especially the big keys as well. So like where we find one key, we can probably open up 3 or 4 dungeons with that key.
Oh, a lamp. We like seeing a lamp. It's not just for seeing in dark rooms. It has uses. But for now, it's for seeing in dark rooms, and it's a fire source, so we're happy to see it.
It's a pretty standard route, to be honest, to begin with.
I think I saw DrunkFutureSelf arming a water walk here.
Oh,
I wonder where he's taking this. Maybe South Shore? Ice Rod Cave, perhaps? You can go into that little kidney pool near Death Mountain Ascent and jump into the whirlpool there.
That's really interesting. He's decided to put off Kakariko for a little bit.
I've never seen this used in a glitch race before, but it makes sense because you start with boots. There's another way to get to Ice Rod Cave early, using clipping, but we haven't seen either runner do that yet. Oh, I think DFS is abusing iframes here to get past these crabs, which are all clustered together in his way.
Yeah,
also,
I mean, that's pretty fun. They are
taking
pretty bad.
advantage of this one bomb that he found to actually get in.
Check's actually going up the mountain here. I wonder if he's going to use the graveyard ledge to farm up a few bombs here.
So I'm a little confused. Drunk did not arm a water walk and is indeed purposely setting up... Okay, this is a clip to Eastern Palace. This is interesting routing. So we're seeing our first... It's not our first clip, but it's one of our first clips. Chex is doing a teleport. DFS also doing a teleport, but unfortunately gets eaten by a crab. Teleports are a glitch you can do on slopes that let you get out of bounds. A very staple of the game if you're playing with glitches. They're not too hard to do, and once you learn how to do them, you can do them pretty much anywhere. Too bad, I really wanted to see this route from DFS.
Oh, so we're just going to do it the slow way. It's weird because usually when I'm trying to route Eastern to Ice Rod Cave, I'll start with Eastern first and then just clip downwards to Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, you can go in both directions. Yeah, Crubble and chat pointing out the 17 different ways to get to Ice Rod Cave with glitches. It's pretty good. You've seen people swim directly into the cave. We've seen people just walk there from South Shore. You can clip down from Eastern. You can do the thing DFS did, using the water walk at the whirlpool. There's even like a underworld path that gets you there, but you don't really see that in Randomizer so much. But it is used in a speedrun. So Check's finding out that Turtle Rock is a pendant, which is really interesting because that means the Fire Rod and Ice Rod are not required. Also finding the Cane of Samaria in the back, very good. That's a very powerful glitching tool. We like to see that early. We like to see that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to jinx the seed now and say this could potentially be quite a fast seed.
Yeah, it could be. Depends on swords, and you know very well that swords can be a tough thing to find in these seeds where you get really early go mode.
Yep.
I think in like half of the races I've done so far, I've finished, or not finished, but would have finished on Master Sword Ganon.
Interesting that DrunkFutureSelf is going for Hyrule Castle. Because usually this is something you see quite late in the seed, isn't it?
Kind of. In No Logic, it has a little bit more value because the key that the ball and chain guard drops can be used inside caves. And you might be thinking, why are we using keys in caves? Well, all the caves are connected to the dungeons, so you can clip from caves to dungeons and use this cave key and all the infinite small keys you get to open doors inside that dungeon. You see that in Pod, pretty much in every seed. So we might see Chex go for a glitch in this cave here. Depending on if he's comfortable with the amount of health he has. Big Key of Desert, good to see. Yeah, here we go. So this is a bomb juke. By snapping into these doors using bombs, you can get past the transition without triggering it. And then hit it from the wrong side. Oh, DFS is in trouble. Okay, we're fine now. Just have to deal with this guard. He's really trying to preserve this guard here, but it's not cooperating. Yeah, he needs to. Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, it just wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it.
A couple of bombs to death warp after.
I would have done that too. He was trying to balance between like not healing himself too much, but also keeping that guard alive. But if the guard gives you bad movements and aggro's immediately, it's really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really wants that key though, so he's gonna go back in. I guess there's a chest there too, but really we're here for the key. Guards on the fairy pack, that might come in play later. Chex does a route around Kakariko where he comes from the south. Does it from north to south and then loops down into desert. But he does this Cave 45 clip on the way up.
I'm kind of wondering if they're going to do like a really early desert, because I mean, Chex does have the desert big key, and we can get every item in there right now. It's just we're going to have some difficulty killing the boss.
Yeah, Chex will need some magic. You can either farm it up in there or find like an item like the half magic, but it's tough. Like this is a bad fight with just the Cane of Samaria and bombs. I think it might be doable if he comes in with the full bar though. Was that the Bombos medallion for Drunk in Hyrule Castle?
Yeah, you got it in the boomerang chest.
Okay. That's nice. Especially in a seed where you might not need the fire rod, you still need something for Cold Stare, if that's a crystal. And Bombos can be that. Just because there's 2 fire rods in the pool doesn't mean we'll find them. We had 2 seeds in a row with fire rod in back of Skullwoods.
This cack is very empty.
The map of the dungeon we already know about. Cool. And the book. The book's a bit of a relief because it is one of the few hard requirements to get the item that they lock. You cannot get the tablets without the book. So if they're locking like swords and rods and things you want, like you do want that book.
Yeah, I don't blame Chex for leaving here. Choosing not to do desert right now. Especially when you're just like a weapon away from being able to kill the Landmo.
Yeah, I agree. Chex is so close to being able to do not just Lambo, but also some glitches in desert with that cane. I can see why he might put this off.
This is always annoying when you're getting around Hera with bombs. Hex didn't go check either tablet, did he?
We'll have plenty of opportunity to later. The red boomerang is actually worth getting. It has potential for glitches, and for him it's switch hitting. You can hit the switches in things like Tower of Hera without having to use his magic, which is nice. Drunk saying no to a map. I wonder if he's not comfortable enough with the maze race clip to make that worth it. Map information can be very helpful. It tells you a lot about what you need to prioritize and how close you are to go mode. Which is true, I guess, for no glitches as well. There is something... Oh, interesting. Chex is gonna swim here. It says, it's called Funny Auto Swim thing. You can see why. It puts him in a fake flipper here. So you can check this item without jumping in the water.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
And his target here is actually the bomb and arrow upgrade. The bomb upgrade is MVP and no logic because you do so many glitches with bombs that you can chew through your resources very quickly. Drunk wants to not heal here. Okay, so this is a quadrant glitch. The BMOS will hit him onto this transition in a way that desyncs him. I don't think he got it. That desyncs him from his like left-right coordinate, so that the game thinks he's on a different like corner of the screen than he actually is on. And then when he takes the transition, it will be broken. And if he gets it, yeah, we got it. You'll see the camera shift slightly to the left, to the right actually. And he got it. He damaged himself down because he can't just walk out of the dungeon in this state. We did not get the tracker-friendly... Oh no. Invisible chest.
Gotta love it.
Shoutouts to our tracker, other Tom, who at least got to see the half magic that was picked up because it refilled Drunk's health. Tracking no logic is hard. Everyone who's tracked no logic has talked about how hard it is, and this is part of the reason. I like this bomb throw from Chex to make the path a little safer. So we still don't know what the other item was. So we'll be keeping an eye out for item uses, quick swap. Oh, it was a sword. Cool. You can see him running around with it.
Oh wow, that was a great find.
Oh, wait, it's not a sword.
Oh.
It's not a sword. I was looking at the tracker. Oh, there's the sword. Spoilers. Chex is missing out on that sword. Okay, I wonder if we're looking at the runner's auto tracker and getting a little bit of an ahead view. That's what's happening here. Auto tracker is really good. No logic, like to the point where it would probably be banned if this was the main mode. Drunk is doing a little clip here that gets to K45. It's a nice one if you're coming from Bombus Tablet. He doesn't have any bombs left, but he's at least done all the stuff that requires bombs around here. So he just has to go check his shovel, and maybe he'll get a couple bombs on the way up. Oh, yeah, you're right. You can totally dupe that sword. I wonder if Chex will recognize that, or if he'll go to Dam before Gina and miss out on it. You can do some, like, Samaria corruptions to basically transport the contents of the Agina's cave chest into the Dam chest. And you can get that sword over and over again and upgrade all the way to Butter. Drunk probably doesn't know that and also doesn't have the cane yet. So we're not going to see that from Drunk. I think you do a Samaria corruption in... I might be wrong. You do a Samaria corruption in Agina's cave somewhere. I don't remember how to do it though. So it's not as simple as just going to the dam and move chests around like I thought it was.
Would be pretty cool to see if Chex does go ahead and do that.
If anybody knows about this, it's him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Also wondering when we're going to find our first bottle.
Oh my god, don't tell me about that. My race last night, my first bottle at the hour 20 minute mark. That was terrible. I went to left side swamp, I went to Zora. Chex is at Zora. Nobody does Zora in no logic, but Chex is comfortable doing this because he has the cane, so doesn't expect to use as many potions in the end game. Because potions are a very important glitching item, and if you get a seed where you're just finishing the game with potion glitches, you need money to fill those potions. Drunk is going to show us his clip again. Gets it. It's a map wrap, but it's fairly safe. Normally in map wraps you don't want to like move certain directions, but this one for some reason just works.
Did DrunkFutureSelf not check the uncle when he went to Hyrule Castle? Because Chex just picked up the hammer.
Oh.
Not that it's a huge deal in No Logic, but
It's a weird thing to skip.
Yeah. So when do we just bite the bullet and start clearing some Dark World?
I don't know. Dark World's not very appealing right now.
True.
Because right now we're just bunny walking everywhere and not really getting any dungeons complete without a bottle. Or I guess the fire rod that Drunk just found will get you Skull Woods. So that's a place you can start.
Yeah, and I guess we can get to Pod as well.
Yeah, Pod is... I don't even think of Pod as Dark World. it's just Pod. It's Spectacle Rock Cave. It has a lot of items in it.
I guess even in HMG it just kind of becomes a part of the overworld in a way.
I legitimately think of Pod as a mountain check.
I wonder if this is Chex going to do desert, get any sword and be able to... Well, now he's got the hammer. I mean, there's probably a little bit more comfortable now.
Oh, that is true, and he'll get us I'm looking at his keys. He has the opportunity to do a glitch here. If he gets that sword, he could actually get to Argus, but it would be kind of tough. Like, he doesn't even need the sword. He has the hammer, but it would still be tough because you don't want to do the hammer fight when you don't have the hook shot. Because you got all these puffs in the way because you haven't actually killed the puffs. You just scrolled them off screen. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Argus is really a realistic play, but it's technically possible. Drunk is going to show us a really old clip here. What is this? This is Boomer DMA.
Oh, wow.
Climbing the mountain the old way.
That's old school.
This is really old school. This is like the stuff you were doing in your tournament.
Yeah. Back in the days of the overworld glitches.
Back when people played overworld glitches. X doing his quadrant glitch. Maybe we'll get a glimpse at his item. Oh, he's getting bullied by these levers. He can't get across. Oh my god. Okay, we did it. A half magic will probably make him feel better about Landmo too, because he can abuse Kane a little bit more. No, he did not get the tracker-friendly camera correction. It's not really in their control. I mean, you can technically control it if you like dash from a certain position, but it's not easy to do.
I mean, it almost sounded like a piece of heart in that first chest.
Oh, okay. Shoutouts to having audio on. We've got music playing. Oh, we are doing Argus. What is this? Okay, Chex is going to do a death hole glitch. This is a way to get to Argus by falling in a pit and dying at the same time. First, he has to make the pit, so he's going to do the Samaria corruption here, and that's going to create pits in the room that you can't see. And then he's going to set himself up on a very precise position so that when he makes certain movements, he will fall in the pit and die to his bomb at the same time. That's not good. He is not going to risk. Okay. I think he considered saving and quitting because he wasn't sure if that would actually, like, death hole him by accident, which would have been fine. It would have succeeded. He has to item dash with the bomb. That's what went wrong there. He didn't item dash because hitting 2 buttons at once is impossible. I still think this Argus fight's going to be really hard.
Hey, this is what no logic's all about. If there's glitches we can do, let's go and do them.
Yeah, he does have the cape, so at least the first part where he like gets the Argus puffs off screen will be fine. Here we go. And then the death blow, what that did was it loaded the pit destination of the tile, which every tile has, into the room he's in. And then when he does the transition, he transitions as if he were in that room instead of this room, and that takes him to Argus. But now he has to do some manipulation to get Argus off screen, kind of like Mimic Clip. If the game sees the puffs are off screen, it'll say Argus is in phase 2, and we can proceed to the next part of the fight. But he's having trouble. This is hard. He had to get Argus very extreme. Like, right there in that corner should work. There we go. Oh, those up hammers. Okay, well, color me wrong. The up hammers work pretty well.
That was actually so cool.
That is really cool. I wasn't sure how he was going to manage that, because if he moves off of this wall, he'll get his puffs back and he'll get wrecked, and he won't be able to hit Argus very well without taking 1,000,000 damage. Big Cube Hera is pretty good, and a crystal for Desert, not for Argus. This is the Desert Crystal. It's not often you see a 25-minute Argus fight in a no-logic seed. Oh yeah, and we're here now. So we can check the dam! Oh, he already did this. That would have been so cool if he didn't already do it. I think he wants to go back in and do Landmo, so he's going to transition back into the light world, because he never actually left the light world. He can do the rest of the overworld checks at the desert, get his sword, maybe do Landmo.
I was going to say, this is really confusing. I wasn't sure if it was in Dark or Light World.
Small key of pod, we don't care about those. Alright, what's Drunk doing? Drunk is going to pod, I think. Nope. Not going to pod. Chex is not going for Big Key of Ice Pallets on Ether Tablet. Kane was in Salastra's closet. Drunk is gonna drunk and hover with a boomerang. Only in No Logical you see somebody hover for a boomerang. Alright, this is Pod. It doesn't look like Pod, but I promise you it is.
That Moldorm's lurking up there.
Oh, Moldorm.
There we go.
Yeah, just sometimes you just have to deal with the Moldorm. Chex using his hard-earned Hera big key to get the Thieves Town big key.
All these big keys, this is even no logic.
He has the mirror shield already. Alright, Drunk is in pod. The flippers!
Wow.
Kind of behind the Argus item, in a way. I mean, you can get here other ways. It's not hard locking it in any means. Not even, you don't even need hookshot for Haripot. There are other ways to get up here, but still really good to get that. Because now if Swamp is a crystal, he can get the crystal a lot easier. We do require both the boss and the prize be collected for crystal dungeons. That's why, like, Chex will have to go back and defeat Lambo even though he has the crystal. But he'll just wait for better equipment, I think. Chex has clipped from Hera to back of Escape. There's a lot of diagonal walls in Hera. 2 of them will get you other places. And Drunk has found a bottle in that chest. I think you can actually dupe that bottle with the cane pretty easily, but I don't think he knows that. And he doesn't have the cane yet.
It's a nice find, the bottle. That just gives them a lot more options now of things that they can do. I would have thought Chex would have gone to Swamp, but I guess he's also choosing to go to Pod.
To Swamp? Yeah. Swamp is... He doesn't really have a way out of Swamp to get the crystal. He'll at least want a bottle for that. Or the hook shot. Oh no, there's another bottle here.
Wow, all the bottles in Pod today.
Oh, Chex is in the right place. He needs those. That will probably put him in sword go mode. But it wouldn't be a very pleasant go mode. He might keep opening chests, looking for things. Even these maps are valuable, so you don't waste time opening, you know, going into dungeons you don't need to do. I wonder if Chex will consider the bottle dupe. Probably not. Especially if he goes to the back first. Oh, not leaving that chest closed. Oh, disappointed. If you leave that chest closed, you have a greater chance of being able to refill chests in this room. So if you find like a sword in the big chest and you've left the chest closed that corresponds to that chest in the previous room, you can copy the data to reclose that chest and open it again and get another sword. They're in Dark Maze together. High five!
This is probably going to be a save and quit then from DrunkFutureSelf.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything else to do in here. That doesn't require loads of backtracking. It would be faster to just clip here again later.
Mm.
He can fight Helmasaur. There's a glitch that just gets you there with no items at all. You just use bombs. It sucks to do it with only bombs. You do want to have the mirror just to make it faster. So if it's just one thing, it's like, oh, just Helmasaur. Come back with mirror. It'll be faster. Drunk is the first person in the proper Dark World. This is the first time we've seen somebody's bunny sprite.
Oh, he's a citrus clipping into GT with that big key. I wonder what he's going to do, though, because he still hasn't picked up that hammer from Uncle.
No, he doesn't have a cane either. The cane would let him do a lot. Maybe he does have the hammer.
Maybe. We'll find out in a minute, I guess.
Chex bombed open a bomb wall you don't normally see. He is going to do another bomb juke here. This one's pretty tough. It's a frame perfect trick, but it will get him to Hookshot Cave. And we'll get him onto Dark East Death Mountain in the absence of the Moon Pearl, because he'll still be in the Light World. So he just has to navigate around a little bit. He did leave these chests closed so he can get them on the way for a little bit more efficient routing. He had enough faith in himself to get that bomb juke on his first trip into pod. Yeah, he felt comfortable leaving them closed. And when he takes that transition again, it will put him in Hookshot Cave. Wonder how much he'll attempt hovers. Oh, Drunk is in the well. He's got his potion out. What's he gonna do with it? He's gonna go to Ice Palace. Or as Arborelia calls it, Carpet Palace, because all the ice turned into carpets. And here's Chex with hovers. Drunk has actually technically enough to do Cold Stare here. But it will be tough because he has the fighter sword and nothing else. I think his best option is to do the glitch that gets the Cold Stare, which is going to break his graphics horribly, but he has Bombos and Fire Rod and Half Magic, so he can... Oh no! He could have had a hammer here and not had to do the glitch. Because he got a glove in Pingator Room. Oh, that's a shame. Although we do get to see a nice broken up Cold Stare fight.
Exactly.
No, he's not fixing his dungeon state. Oh, that's interesting. So, I wonder why he did that. Oh, he wants to go this way. Because he doesn't have the cane, of course. He has to. Yeah, but he's staying in the cave state, so he doesn't... I don't think he's gonna kill Cold Stare here. I think he's just gonna get items and leave. Another bottle for Chex. Oh yeah, funny side effect of this is the fire bars are moving at normal dungeon speed instead of the slowed down Ice Palace speed. Okay, if he's IPBJing, that means he's gonna do the dungeon. I guess he can get the crystal later using a dupe. He has a red potion. He got a red potion and a green potion in pod, I think. And Chex has it too, and he's using it here to... I don't even know what he's doing here. Wait a minute. That's not what I expected. He got a sword.
Wow.
I think Chex did a double YBA.
Chex seems to be making all the right plays today.
I wonder why he opted for the double and not the single. I guess because it despawns the sprites, and he didn't have a good weapon for Cold Stare, or for Armos. Burna is not nearly as good in Cave because the tile set's wrong and you don't have the ice physics to knock them upward. They just kind of stay in place. Okay, Chex has just... What has he done? He just refilled chests for Rando Room. So normally you'd use that Samaria corruption to get to Rando Room, but he doesn't care about that because he has the hammer and get there anyway. But what it does do is it refills chest here. That he, well, I'm a little confused because he didn't get these yet, so he's not actually refilling anything.
Might have to ask him once it's the interview because he might have been setting up for something else.
Maybe he's just stabilizing something after the YBAs, something I don't know about with this method of getting here. Does that refill the Ice Armos sword? Does it? Oh, Chex has a different fire rod. That's cool. Chex is probably in go mode now. Because I think I don't know if he had a plan for back of Skullwoods until now. Okay, Drunk is now on his way to a pretty awful Cold Stare fight. I'm still unsure why he chose to stay in Cave State for this. I don't really see the benefit other than maybe be able to get the big chest. Alright, here's Drunk. Game looks super broken, but it's actually fine. Just reading the graphics data wrong. It's fine, it's fine.
It's not fine.
Why did he hard reset out of that? Did he just find nothing and decide he doesn't want to do this fight and wants to get his potions back?
Yeah, that was a... Wow.
He didn't lose anything, right? He saved and quit to go to ice. He found the glove there, so he lost that, but the only thing you really care about with the glove is to do ice. So you can just get it back next time he goes to ice. He knows it's there. He didn't lose the knowledge.
Yeah, because the first thing he checked once he done the soft reset was his potions. So it must have been just for the refill.
Yeah, I'm confused about why he didn't save and quit before hard resetting. So either he panicked because he wasn't expecting VRAM corruption, or he decided he wanted his potions back and the glove wasn't worth keeping. Big key of pendant TR and another sword. This is nice. Now I think I would say this is a comfortable go mode for Chex. I can't imagine anything holding him back now.
He's still checking stuff though, so I wonder what.
You know, there are items. A hookshot would be very powerful if he finds that. We speed up his go mode considerably. Certain big keys as well. If Meyer is Quake, that will make Meyer a lot faster. I don't know how to dupe that sword, normally. But it's tempered now. We don't dupe tempered swords. It's good enough for us. Drunk has chosen a green and a blue. Wonder what his plan for that is. Oh, there's a glove here too. In random room. Okay, Drunk will be doing an overworld potion glitch here. So it gets onto the edge of the screen and drinks the potion at the same frame he transitions. It puts him in the flute menu. Unfortunately, he missed. Chex going back to Pod. I think he's now just doing boss cleanup. Going to Helmasaur because it's one of the easier ones to do. And then he has to start picking apart Eastern Palace. The Eastern Palace is probably one of his harder dungeons. I don't actually know what his Eastern plan is. There is a glitch you can do from Turtle Rock using the Samaria in a bottle that he knows how to do, but I don't know how up to date he is on it.
Well, if we don't find the bow, I guess we're going to find out.
What did Chex do here? Saved and quit. He got in and he had the pendant info, maybe? It was too quick, but I'm thinking that's what happened. I think he saw the P on his menu and saw that, oh, I don't need to actually do this dungeon. His next stop is probably going to be Thieves Town. Chex just found swords. There were 2 in Ganon's tower. So Chex did a YBA, a potion glitch to get into Thieves Town in Cave State, just like Pod. We have a bunch of keys, we can open doors. He can actually open the front door of Thieves as well. The thing that's holding him back is the Moon Pearl. You'd have to do basically what DrunkFutureSelf did to get that Moon Pearl. Or to get past that Moon Pearl requirement, rather. So for him, it's easier to just go in through the uncle using a cheaper potion than it is to use a more expensive potion to come in from the overworld. I think we are going to fight blind here. Some people like to do it this way, where they'll like take blind into the room while still in cave state. They'll do a glitch called LSD blind to keep the door open so they can walk out and then walk back in and collect the crystal if it's a crystal.
No logic. It still blows my mind. Just
oh, Drunk is going to be a bunny after this check. I wonder if he meant to go in here or if this is muscle memory. This is so easy to do. Now we're a bunny. I didn't catch what the Meyer medallion was. It's Bombos. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's so nice. He didn't open it, did he? Did he open Meyer?
Don't think he did.
Oh no, I don't think he meant to go to Meyer's shed. I think he made a mistake. He's going to buy a potion now. He didn't mean to fall in the pit, he meant to armor water walk there. Which is the fastest way to get to the potion shop on this equipment. But he was just a little bit too close to the pit.
Running out of money a little bit. He's only got enough for 1 more blue.
Oh yeah, that's rough. He's getting Houlihan. Maybe he realizes the money issue that he has.
Yeah. Oh well, Chex is blind. It's really bright in there.
Yeah, it's too bright. That's why it transforms. This is what Blind sees when you take her into the light. This is just her reality.
Kind of feel mean now. All those years of bringing her in that room.
Did you know that the blind attic hole actually does lead to Blind's room?
Oh, really?
Like, if you fall in that hole, you will actually land in the boss room.
That's kind of cool. Is there a way to actually clip it to that hole?
Yeah, one of the speedruns does it with a hook push. You EG into that room and then you hook push into the hole with Blind Maiden. Alright, Drunk with another blue potion. Maybe this will be Hype Cave. Maybe this will be Village Checks. He does have to be careful with his money, though. Doesn't have very easy ways to get it back.
No, it doesn't.
Chex checking his map. Don't be fooled. It looks like it says Pod as a crystal, but it's actually Eastern. He's not in the Dark World right now, and we already saw Pod as a pendant. So this will be tough for Chex. Getting to Armos without a bow is not easy. Not with this equipment. Drunk going back to Ice Palace, but still doesn't have the hammer. So this time he brings a blue potion so that he can actually see what he's doing in the fight.
You kind of hope he'd go to Thieves Town and at least, go to Uncle.
I don't know if he knows that he skipped Uncle.
Seems a bit crazy, like if you go to Hyrule Castle not to go to Uncle. Really unfortunate. Probably feeling the pressure as well a little bit, knowing you're going against someone as good as Chex.
Oh, absolutely. Chex has Desert Crystal, but he hasn't killed Lamo yet. So we don't count it as complete until he's done both. I still don't understand why Drunk is not fixing his dungeon state. Because he does have to come back for this crystal. Oh, okay. We have full info. Skullwoods is a pendant as well. I don't know. He wants the IP big chest, but he would have already gotten it. Unless it was something really good. He can skip it now because he knows what's in it. Because he's been here before. No! This is rough. Okay, he is going to not IPBJ. Chex will clip down as a bunny. I wonder what his plan is here. He already knows he doesn't need to do Skullwoods, and has already done Thieves Town. Drunk! Don't die.
Is this the rest of the village of outcast Chex?
Perhaps, but he doesn't need them. It's a lot to walk for when you're in go mode. So I'm not really sure what his plan is here. He's gonna buy a potion in the potion shop. I do wonder if he doesn't consider himself in go mode until he has some plan for Eastern. Yeah, there is a hook shot out there, and there's 2 bows, and one of those will make Eastern trivial for him. There is another thing he can do that I know he's done before in Turtle Rock. It's a Samaria and a YBA together in the same door that gets you to Armist Knights. Nice chest turn. Drunk has... Did Drunk hard reset again? Because I see the glove. Oh no, he has the glove. Okay, good. He kept the glove this time, and still has that blue potion for use later. How do you get Eastern Prize? You just go to Meyer and get it from there. Check's back in Thieves Town. What is he doing here? He hasn't gotten the crystal yet. What happened after he defeated Blind?
I think he did go back in and get the crystal.
Okay, he's doing... I guess maybe he's unlocking the Eastern door? Oh my god, is he actually doing the triple YBA? This is crazy. The only reason I can think of him being in here is for Eastern purposes. I don't know if I would do this first. I think I would do the easier dungeons first. He can do Ice Palace for free. He can do Swamp Palace. Although he already did Argus. He can get a couple chests on the way to duping it. Desert Palace is a free item that he knows he has to do for the boss. Oh, Crubble, you should learn the West Samaria. That's easy. The hard part is skipping the bow. But Chex is actually trying to open a different big key door. He needs to open this one here. Because this is the door that you do the triple YBA in. Which he can't do right now because he used a potion to get here. No, he only has 2 YBAs. There we go. You might as well open the chest while you're here. Might as well open this door too, in case you do find a bow. Because then you can just walk back in and do the dungeon normally. I still find it odd that he's doing this first.
I guess he's just hoping.
It does have chests in it. Maybe that's the reason. You can do a few on the way out. I wonder if he will go to Meyer from here to... No, okay. I thought maybe he would. Because he would get into Meyer in Cave State, or in Thieves Town State, with a big key is really what's important here. And he'd be able to walk outside and check the medallion. Or you could just defeat Vitreous and worry about the medallion and crystal later. Nice ice fire rod that he already has. Drunk is doing a spin YBA. YBA is short for Yuzuhara's Bottle of Venture. I keep saying that word. It's the potion glitch. It's the same one he did in Ice Palace. It's going to give him some heavy VRAM corruption, but he can still fight the boss in this state. Is he on Super NT? Is he crashing when he does this? Or is he just not waiting long enough? I don't know. If anybody in chat knows, let me know. Because he's doing it correctly, and that should work. But there is a certain console where VRAM corruption will actually break your game. Oh, he's on SNES 9X. Okay. Yeah, I saw that oops file get created. I should have known. I'm on SNES 9X too. He could have fought. He could have done that fight. He was fine. You just have to wait a long time. If you know, maybe like up to a minute for the transition to resolve. The green potion will let him get to Landmo without VRAM corruption if he knows what he's doing. All you have to do is go to the back and load in that super tile correctly so that you don't get a VRAM crash.
Well, it looks like Chex is going back into Eastern. Picked up some red potions and going to be doing all those YBAs, I guess.
That's sure.
Maybe he's just like, you know what? Once I've done Eastern Palace, the rest of the game is kind of relaxed. So let's
Yeah.
just
This will also tell him, like, he's in go mode. He can stop opening chests if he succeeds at this, because there's nothing that can... Oh, he's doing quadrant glitch. Can you skip the bow with this?
I guess we're going to find out.
This is my first time seeing quadrant glitch in Randomizer. The person who came up with this glitch, this particular application, Mr. Byer, he's my opponent this round, and he has not entered Eastern with a sword yet. There's a hook shot and a pearl in the back of Escape.
Oh.
Chex could just get those. He has a glove. He's not going to, though. He's not going to get those. He's going to do this instead. Alright, well, that's really good for Drunk. What is Chex looking for? He's looking for some kind of cue, I guess, to see if that quadrant glitch worked. That should work. There we go. You see that broken camera that's putting him there on the bridge. Very lucky it does that, otherwise it would put you in EG and you'd have to reload. Because you're not allowed to do that. A little bit of blind navigation will take him to this room. He has no sprites. That's going to be a problem. You can't do Armos without sprites.
Oh, it's a bow in Hype Cave.
They're so weird. Checks. Okay, you got his sprites back. There is a way to resync, I guess. I've never seen this before, so... Is he really just doing this to get here quicker? There's gotta be a better way. Alright, so that's number one. Now he has to back out a precise amount to do it again. Make sure he's actually on that transition again. And here we go. We're at Armos. He did it.
Impressive.
That's crazy. This is pretty wild. I saw Krithel practicing this yesterday, so maybe we'll see that from him as well in his races. Hopefully they'll just find a bow, because this looks awful. That's Eastern down for Chex. Now he has no incentive to continue opening chests, especially when he finds out Meyer Medallion is Bombos. Drunk, meanwhile, has the pearl and can just walk here and open it. He is missing the big key, so he will need a plan to get to Vitreous. I don't think he can get to Vitreous on the equipment he has. He would need another potion. Drunk in go mode. He needs a sword. He's not in go mode without a sword. The flippers are also not something you really want to be missing. He can get around that by finding the cane in Sahasrala's closet. Maybe he'll do Eastern. With a stuck push to skip the big key door, and maybe he'll find the cane on the way to make it a lot easier.
Yeah, it's a shame he didn't get that Samario because he went for that really early Eastern Palace play as well.
He went there from Ice Rod Cave,
Yeah.
and he didn't have really. You get to Eastern, he did Eastern and was inside and had to save and quit out, or else Death Warp. Which he could have done, I suppose, but he did fragment his route a bit. I'm not really sure how he managed to miss Uncle, but he missed Uncle and he also missed Sasula. Chex missed his fake flute. Oh, he'll have to try that again. Hard resets to get the potion back.
I'm kind of hoping DrunkFutureSelf manages to find the second sword and then we might have a race here.
Yeah, that would be nice. Does have the advantage of having this this Mutant Pearl hookshot and bow, which is going to save a lot of time on Chex, but Chex has already done a lot of the things that those items make useful. The Pearl is really the big one now. He keeps missing YBAs, he's hard resetting. This is precious time he is giving up to Drunk, giving him a chance to catch up here. Chex, problem Chex doesn't have the ability to use the potion because he has full health and magic.
Oh,
Unless
yeah.
did he like lamp once maybe? It's hard to tell with a half magic bar if he's actually missing any or not. Okay, it looks like he did this time. I think the last time he hard reset out was because he didn't consume magic. But this time he did. It's just hard to see on his meter. If he goes into Hype Cave, he will get the bow and be very sad. I kind of hope he doesn't. I expect him to just walk into Misery Mire when he sees its Bombos and just start clearing it out. He has everything he needs. Assuming he has 2 potions. Okay, Drunk here with the hook shot can get up to Tower of Hera. Chex, if you recall, got the Hera Big Key from Argus. Drunk has the hook shot and will be finding flippers, making Argus a lot easier. He will be able to do Swamp Palace in a much less glitchy way. Doing some simple setups to skip the hammer in the mirror. And be able to just go through the dungeon normally otherwise. That Thieves Town Big Key is actually really good for Drunk too. He can just go there and clear the dungeon front to back, which is a lot better than coming in from the back and going to the front and the back again.
Yeah, Chex spent a lot of time in that Thieves Town. I guess that's the problem when you have to glitch that.
It's awkward because you get to the maiden and it looks like you can just grab the maiden and do the dungeon, but you still have to go to the attic, and when you go to the attic you lose the maiden, and then you have to go back to the maiden. It's very obnoxious how that works. It would be so much better if you could just go to the attic with the maiden and not lose it.
Chex is still clearing a lot of stuff though.
He is. There is, you know, there's certainly a lot of items that will speed up his gameplay. So I think he's in go mode, but open the chests on the way. I don't expect him to go to overworld locations that are out of the way, like the Back of Escape, but I do expect him to open chests in the dungeons he's in. Because it does look like, though, that he's doing the dungeons, the hardest one first, and then going to the easier ones. Okay, he has to do 2 glitches here. One YBA in the story is to back out a precise amount to not despawn sprites. And then he's going to do another spin YBA that will get him a little bit of extra distance to get to Vitreous.
It just looks like Victorious has been at a rave.
Oh my god, Chex. Just swimming in the lightning there. At least the lightning only does 2 hearts, but he is in 1-hit KO from the big eye. He has to be a little careful here. The flute? Probably not seeing that activated. Depends on how many potions he needs. If you need a lot of potions, it can be worth activating the flute, because getting to the potion shop is so much slower without it.
Yeah,
He is.
but Check,
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say he doesn't have too much cash anyway, so might not bother.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Maybe he's opening chests because he needs cash. He is gonna go into Myers Shed using this bird. Oh, don't dash into the spark. It is possible to dash through them if you're very, very fast, but not worth losing your Super Bunny over. Drunk is going to Swamp. Curious what his plan is for this. He might have a potion. I don't know if he prepared Swamp to allow him to swim back in as the proper swamp dungeon. He would have had to flood the dam before coming to Hera to make this work.
Oh wow, that's so good for Drunk Future Self.
What did he get? Oh, he got a sword.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to declare go mode for Drunk because he has so much less than Chex. And I don't know what his comfortability is with the glitches he would need to complete the game. I know that in his shoes, I would also continue opening chests. Chex now has Ice Palace to do. He will be getting in the same method as Drunk with his last money. He only has 44 rupees left. This is going to be tough financially for him. He's not done with potions. He still needs one for Swamp. Chex walking out of Ice Palace and back in will ensure that when he kills Cold Stare, he gets the Cold Stare prize, as well as the boss. Oh, that's good. Chex got 300 rupees.
That's really good for him.
It's like one of the best items he could have found that we don't already know the location of. Like, obviously a moon pearl is good too.
At this point, I don't think he's getting that.
No, he's not. Unless he gets really desperate for funds. But the 300 rupees should set him for the rest of the seed. He is doing a truncated clear of ice, skipping iced tea and the big chest. I guess he doesn't have the big key. I saw the big key. It was on Bomba's tablet. Drunk did... Or Ether tablet. Drunk did this in case tape, so was able to open the big chest. That's why I was thinking we had it. Drunk has to do this again to get the swamp flooded, and then he has to do it again to get back in.
So
This is
incredibly time
Triple dip Swamp Palace to do it this way, but with the equipment he has, he kind of has to do it this way. I don't think he really has an option. He would need the cane to get a faster option to do Swamp.
Or the hammer.
Or the hammer. I don't think he's going back to the uncle.
I don't think so.
I think Sahasrara is more likely because he still has to do Eastern. But he doesn't have a plan for Armos because he doesn't have, well, that's not true. He has, I don't know if he can stuck push, but if he can stuck push, he can get past the big key door. Cold stare down for checks. Next, I think, is his Ice Palace clear, which he already did Argus for, so he's thinking, what's he gonna do here? I think he's going to prepare the dam and clip into Swamp from Hera. And then do this potion to get to Hera back from Swamp to collect the Swamp prize from Moldorm. Okay, what is Drunk doing now? I think this might be Thieves Town. Maybe he doesn't know about Skullwoods. He doesn't know about Skullwoods. Okay, so Skullwoods Pendant will happen for Drunk. That's okay. He doesn't have the map.
Well, I mean, we still haven't seen the mirror yet, so if the mirror's here, this is going to make it a lot nicer for him to go back to Swamp.
Ooh, okay, he can hook push. Oh, he's too close to the rail. Oh no. Drunk actually, this is good. Drunk could hook push to the back of Skull for a little shortcut, but he's missing a key. He is going to get trapped inside of Skullwoods by dropping down in this hole, which is not good. But maybe he'll leave and do something else and find out Skullwoods is a pendant.
I can't even remember where the Skullwoods map was.
Oh, it was probably GT. Chex did so much of GT that Drunk wasn't able to do. The mirror is here.
That's awesome.
That's really good for Swamp. Now he
Yep.
can come in through the front. He doesn't have to do another hair clip. The mirror would actually be good for Chex because it can replace a potion. In some instances, you can use a mirror instead of a potion to do the glitch in the door and save some money.
DrunkFutureSelf actually just left Skullwoods, which is really good
He-
for him, actually.
He had to. He had no keys. He was trapped.
Yeah. I guess it was probably intentional then. It's like, maybe I won't do the boss now. He's doing that a lot, actually. He's diving these dungeons and choosing not to do the bosses.
Now, Skullwoods is an interesting choice because he doesn't know it's a pendant, and he did have the ability to just go to the back first, and he chose not to. Okay, here's Chex doing this glitch. Interesting that he chooses to use the red potion first. I wonder if he places more value on the green for a later instance. I don't think he needs more potions, though. I think he's done with those. Maybe from his perspective, he'd rather have potential for like a magic refill on Ganon, so he can be aggressive with the fire rod. Or miss torch glitch and not be completely screwed. Drunk about to get his second crystal of the game. This is the one that's probably been available for the longest. And Chex will be here too. This is his last crystal. Or rather, it's his last boss. He's already gotten the crystal.
Yeah, and then he just needs to fight Agatu. I have to get this pod key.
Is that what this was? Yeah, it was a pod key.
Yeah,
Maybe he doesn't remember.
maybe.
Maybe he doesn't know that he checked this already. He definitely doesn't need the pod key. I'm thinking that it's probably still green on his tracker
Yeah,
because it's not collected. So he's like, oh, I haven't done Bombo's tablet yet. Let's do that real quick.
Yeah, I was having a look at his tracker. There's a lot of it green. I don't know if he's been marking stuff off. Because he's still got the uncle marked as green as well.
He didn't do the uncle. He
Yeah.
had the hammer. But, so he knows he didn't do the uncle. That's interesting. X is almost finished with the game. I mean, these teas can go really fast. Despite Chex's rocky Eastern Palace, he executed it perfectly. So he didn't have to worry about the bow. He didn't have to open extra chests, although he did for other reasons. And that did end up saving him time in the end. This is... Okay, Chex is setting up a glitch called Overworld Conveyor. It's a miss slot, so it's basically putting all the stuff that Link generates you can put on screen in certain ways that gets them into the wrong memory slot, and one of them has the effect of putting you in this conveyor state in the overworld. And it carries into the Dark World, so he can use this to clip out of bounds as a bunny to get to the back of, or the middle of Turtle Rock. He doesn't need to go to the back.
And Lionel's coming to play.
Yeah, it's, he doesn't have to do it here. You could do it from the slope above.
Yeah, we'll just screen transition and give it a
There we go.
Gets it anyway.
And now he just goes in here and death warps.
Are they shooting faster than normal?
No, I think they always shoot this fast.
Oh. I have not been paying attention.
Oh, he's getting pummeled though. He opted for that entrance for the quicker death warp, but it is going to give him less health for the end game here. Now he's done transition corruption with the Samaria. That will get him into a state where he can fall into this lava, and this lava leads to Agatu. It just does.
Don't question it.
Don't question it. It just does. Drunk finally in Ice Palace in the proper Ice Palace state. Still has to do a glitch to get to Cold Stare. But at least he has, you know, a Master Sword, which is like 20 times better than a Fighter Sword.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh no, Ice Palace Palm Jump. He gets it third try.
Taking no chances with Ganon.
No, if Chex dies to Ganon here, he will lose his Link state and become a bunny again at the top of the pyramid. And getting back here will be a little bit difficult. Drunk putting that powder to good use that he got on land though. So you can enter the Cold Stare fight with honestly much more reasonable amount of health than he had before. Chex gets Torch Glitch, very good. Now he just has to see this fight through and he'll be done. Drunk acting like he has... Okay, I think he's just getting the magic. His bomb count is a little low. Okay, he gets it. The bomb snap gets him to the last pixel of the door. Now he has to do this. Spin YB8. As Chex finishes his Ganon fight, Drunk will be dropping into the Cold Stare fight. Ah, he missed the potion. Unfortunate. And Drunk has chosen to forfeit this race. So put your GGs in chat for him. Valiant effort. Showed us some glitches, including some ones we haven't seen in the tournament yet.
Yeah, played very, very well.
Yeah, this was not an easy seed.
But I mean, it wasn't over until it was over, really. I mean, DrunkFutureSelf definitely had a chance to get back into this one.
Yeah, Drunk had a equipment advantage in some ways, but also very disadvantaged in others, missing that cane and hammer. And we are joined by both runners, GG's.
GG's both.
GG.
GG.
So yeah, that was a pretty tough seed. Chex pulling out the triple YBA Armos, which I wasn't expecting to see. It's something we kind of whisper with hushed breath when you're like, oh, well, technically you can do triple YBA, but nobody's actually going to do that, right? And here you
Forgot
go.
who
just-
reminded me of it recently, like last week.
Well, Krithel was practicing on stream yesterday, so that's probably where you got that idea, if you were there.
Someone was practicing, I think it was Krithel, and I helped him realize that it's not especially precise to get the second and third YBA. So
See?
like you're saying, it's being whispered and coming back to our minds as something that we can do.
I'm curious why you chose to do that first when you had a chance to find a bow in one of your other dungeons.
No reason.
You just felt like doing it.
Yeah.
It would have been a little disappointing if you get hyped up for a glitch and then don't have to do it. So if you're aiming to have maximum fun on Restream, that's the way to do it. How about you, Drunk? Anything you pulled off that you're particularly proud of in this seed?
Well, I failed a bunch of the spin YBAs.
Oh, those are impossible.
Yeah, they are.
Um,
I heard the ending credit song going on in one of those YBAs, so I'm
So-
like, oh, that's probably bad.
You're actually fine. Those VRAM
Wow.
crashes are totally playable. Not necessarily easy to fight the boss in that state, but those crashes were functional gameplay. So like in Desert, I saw you hard reset out of one of those crashes. But if you just wait like 30 seconds at most, you will eventually transition and be in the fight.
Oh, okay. I thought, like, 'cause I heard the boss music start, and I tried to pull up my menu. I tried to like do a few other things, but it just wouldn't. It wouldn't show me anything, so I just thought that it just hard crashed.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible to crash too. Like then they look very similar. But I didn't see you had done anything wrong in either of those YBAs, and you're not playing on Super NT. So most likely you were just temporarily stuck because you have to wait for the transition to resolve before you can do anything.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'll have to practice that a little bit more because, like I said, I thought I was locked in both of those. So, like, yep, just hard reset. Don't want to
Yeah.
waste too much time on these.
Good to know for the next time.
Yeah.
Hammer was in Uncle, and we're not really sure how you routed the escape to miss Uncle. Did you mean to do that, or is it because you died in Ball and Chain?
I died at Ball and Chain, and then I went back, and I'm like, well, I don't really want to go do Uncle unless I have a bottle, and so I could just loop in Thieves Town easily with that. But then I never found Hammer, so I'm just like, well, I'll just never go back to Uncle to do that transition because I could just get into Thieves Town a different way.
I see. Yeah. I mean, I ran into a similar situation in my last race where I came into Hyrule Castle in a direction where I couldn't do Agate Tower, and then I just never went to Agate Tower, and it was the only available bottle in the seed. So I lost by like infinite time. It's pretty bad.
No hook shot was found, I guess.
No,
I found
Hookshot was
Hookshot.
found. Back of Escape had Hookshot and Moon Pearl, and Hype Cave had the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, but once we saw you were doing dungeons and only dungeons, we knew you wouldn't get those.
Should I have used my Hierarchy? Maybe I should have used my Hierarchy and gone back of escape. But that key can be so valuable. And I used it later.
You needed it for Swamp.
Yeah.
I think the mirror was in Skullwoods, and you weren't going to go there either. You knew it was a pendant. It was funny watching you walk into Pod and just leave because you're like, oh wait, I don't need to do this
That
dungeon.
was so ridiculous. Oh, everything around that time was so bad. The Pod play, the play to Skullwoods that turned into a Thieves Down revisit. and that was just nonsense.
Oh,
But everything around it was fine.
I was wondering, like, yeah, I saw you enter Thieves Town 3 times, and I didn't really understand what was going on. Is that what led you to initiate the Eastern play? Is because you were just in the area and wanted to do something with it?
No, that was basically the plan. If I had 4 bottles, that would have been ideal. And I could have got my Thieves Crystal at Armos, but that's not.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
That didn't happen.
I thought maybe you would go to Meyer from there and get your Thieves Crystal from Meyer.
Yeah, that probably would have been better. Or if I had gone to Landmo, that would have been better too. But just unlocking that eastern door was my goal.
All right. Well, that was an interesting seed. Any final thoughts from either runner?
Thanks, Malmo and Obscure and Tom for tracking. Yeah, appreciate it.
Coming up, we have a race. It's me and Mr. Byer racing each other at 5 p.m. Eastern. We are still looking for crew for that match. We have a tracker signed up, but if you are interested in commentary, go into the Glitch Tournament Discord and look for that channel for commentators and find the sign up link. You probably do need a little bit of glitch experience, but you can pair up with somebody who does and play the role of the person who asks questions, which is pretty valuable.
Oh no. Yes.
Oh no.
Let's try to make that happen.
Yeah. We'll see you there. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye bye.